all this. I'm sure you know the ladies that we talked about. You heard the ladies respond. What's your advice to men these days? You see these women advocating for divorce. You coach a lot of men. You know, you said, I'm married to the game, right? So what's your advice for the average dude out there that's looking to have a pretty woman in his life? Should he get married? Should he never get married? How do you raise kids? What's your best approach?
Well, one, I'll say to that lady who was talking, misery loves company. So, you know, nobody wants to be single and divorced by themselves.
Exactly.
And as far as dudes, you should never get married. There's no benefit to a man to get married. If you can tell me one, you can tell me one. If one of these ladies wants to give me a benefit for the man, but there's no benefit for a man to get married. You understand? It benefits the woman more, so there's really no point. You know, marriage is what a made-up idea, you know, so I don't need the government and a piece of paper to make you not leave me. You know, you could leave me, you could cheat on me regardless of this paper, so why do we need it? So if you leave, you could take half of what I have. So it's really just not a smart business decision.
So where do you factor in prenups, paperwork, arrangements, right? Because you're 20.
One of the worst things a man can do is get yourself stuck with a broke ass chick. And what I mean by that is the women that are so entitled that they make minimum wage, but they expect you to make over $100,000 a year and pay for her hair, her nails, her outfit for a first date. These are the types of women that think Cheesecake Factory is below them when they cannot even afford Cheesecake Factory for themselves. These are the women that are going to complain that he didn't pay her rent or her cell phone bill after a month of dating. Like, y'all don't even know each other and you have your hand out like you're freaking panhandling. I am so tired of these women having this sense of entitlement that they are expected to be given everything and give nothing in return. You don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, you don't want to take care of a household, you don't want to take care of a man, you don't want to do anything but exist. And most of y'all are lazy, mean, rude, and selfish, and I don't understand why any man would want to put up with that. And I'm talking about modern day society, and I don't know who told y'all that it was acceptable to treat men like shit, but still have your hand out and expect him to pay your way. He's not your father. Dating and the OnlyFans and everything, it all has become just one big legal escort service, and women are proud to do it. But the minute that a man sexualizes a woman, now it's a problem, even though women have no problem sexualizing themselves. Like, make it make sense. It's just absolutely crazy to me. Okay, bye.
Well, that's about 90% of women nowadays.
This is how you lose a good man fast, because some of you are praying for the man of your dreams, but when he shows up, you're the one driving him away. The fastest way to repel a man of value is disrespect. If you embarrass him, talk down to him in front of others, he is done. Men will tolerate a lot, but they will not tolerate a woman who kills their respect. The second way is chaos. If being with you feels like a full-time job filled with drama, constant arguments, mood swings, and tests, he will not stay. A man of value does not want a second battlefield at home. He wants peace. And the third way, controlling everything. If you won't let him lead, won't trust him to make decisions, won't respect him as a whole man, then what's the point? He is not going to fight for you. He'll just leave. See, you can be beautiful, successful, and independent, but if you are disrespectful, chaotic, and controlling, no man of value will stick around. They just won't. He doesn't need to. He has options, and he will walk away from a woman who drains him. So if you really want to attract and keep the man of your dreams, don't be the woman who destroys him. Be the woman who builds him up. Be the woman who adds peace, respect, admiration, and passion, because the truth is, high-value men don't waste their time where they are not valued. And if you don't get that right, you won't just repel him. You're going to lose him forever and be alone with your cats.
1000% true. The relationship is supposed to be 100-100, not 50-50. We're choosing to stay single and happy. No drama and peace.
The worst type of woman thinks she expects something by just existing. The entitled woman who thinks, oh, just because I look this way, I deserve this and princess treatment and that. You deserve nothing. Zero. I hate you. You're the worst. I don't like you at all. You're toxic. You're boring. You're stuck up. You're entitled. I don't care if you have fake lips. It's uninteresting to me. What do you bring to the table outside of your fake looks? That's a real question.
When will men learn to take a fucking hint? Last night I walked out of the bar and I was standing there by myself on the street waiting for my Uber. And these guys come up to me and they're like talking to me, trying really hard. I'm like, I have a boyfriend. Do I have a boyfriend? No. They were pretty chill. They walked away. New guy comes up. He's like, hey, what's your name? I'm like, Paige. He's like, when can I see you again? And I was like, I'm not real. That should have been enough of a fucking hint that I didn't want to speak to you. He continues on. He's like, oh my God, me neither. I can tell you're not real. Like, you're beautiful. And I was like, thank you. He's like, can I get your number? I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I love my boyfriend. And he was like, well, I could be your new boyfriend. And I was like, no, you can't. I love my boyfriend. And I kept going and he kept fucking going. And I was like, when will you understand that if I'm telling you, first of all, if I tell you I'm not real, if I reject giving you my number, that means that I don't want to fucking speak to you. Why is that so hard to understand? Like, when will it get through their heads? If I reject you once, walk away. It's so simple.
Just another example of why a lot of men have stopped approaching women in public. Because after she rejects you, she wants to go home and make videos like this. All the while, women like her will cry and complain about being single. I swear you just can't make this stuff up.
We don't care about women's money. We don't care about women's competence. We don't care about women's height. We don't care about all the things that you care about in a man. Attraction isn't symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So you became the man that you want. So all these other guys that you're meeting, they don't qualify for you. But the only guy that did meet your standards, guess what? You didn't qualify for him.
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
You just called him short. We don't want a woman that's only gonna base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8".
I didn't judge his character.
But okay, but you judge his...
Men don't just leave for a younger woman. They leave for a softer one with softer feminine energy. A man can watch you age in his arms and still want you like day one unless you kill that vibe. Brutal truth is that desire does not die from a little bit of stretch marks or gray hair. It dies from the eye rolls. It dies when every sentence starts with a correction or when you talk to him like he is incompetent. Also, when you compete with him instead of receive. Nothing turns a man off faster than constant criticism that you call advice, mothering him instead of admiring him, speaking to him with contempt instead of warmth, acting like his presence is a burden and not a gift. Men don't need you to worship them. They need you just to respect them. Respect goes a long way. One soft, I'm proud of you, honey, hits way harder than a week of wild sex. Porn star sex won't save it if the energy is hostile and cold. He wants you to want him, to look at him like he's your man, not your opponent. He will stay obsessed with you if you make him feel 10 feet tall, even if she's 55 plus with laugh lines, gray hair, and a softer body than the day that they met. They won't care about any of that. Male desire doesn't die when her body changes. It dies when her feminine energy does. When she trades that feminine energy for resentment energy. The body he fell in love with is still there. The woman who made him feel like a king isn't. Men don't fall out of love with you. They fall out of love with who you have turned into. Bring back the warmth or watch him look for it somewhere else. Save this before your man sees it on somebody else's page.
Finally, someone talking some sense. Too many women out there need to hear this.
Really don't appreciate shit. And this is why chivalry is dead. This is why men don't want to do shit for us anymore. Because the minute you start to not appreciate but expect shit, I'm not doing it for you. And I'm a woman and I feel that way. And I know men that feel that way. I don't have to do anything for you but respect you. I don't have to send you money. I don't have to spend money on you. I don't have to do any of that.
That's so glad this young lady makes this point, because with the epidemic of women panhandling in the dating pool, this is the thing that men have been telling them. Women have been saying, what happened to men? They don't want to do this. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to send flowers. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. It's because once a good deed or a gift is now an expectation, we no longer want to do it as humans. Just like she says in this video. So the reason why men are no longer or backing off or sort of decreasing this type of behavior is because more and more women are saying is expected. You're a man. You're supposed to do that. How many times have you heard that in the last 30 days on social media? Men are supposed to do this. Why aren't you doing this? What happened to men? I just did a video on this yesterday. What happened to men? Why aren't they wanting to pay for things? They don't want to pay for our nails. They don't want to pay for this. You're a man. You're supposed to do that. Oh, once it becomes I'm supposed to, that means I'm not going to do it anymore.
The entitlement of women. Once generosity becomes an expectation, men aren't going to do it.
Now, in general, when it comes to acting entitled, this is something that a lot of men do hate. I can tell you, even me personally, I don't like it either. I am a very generous, willing to give kind of guy. But if I feel like you have this entitled attitude and a very unappreciative attitude, I won't want to give you even $1. Like, that's how I'll give so much, but if you act a certain kind of way, I don't want to give anything. And I know a lot of men feel the exact same way and even more negatively about it. And so some of the ladies out there, it reminds me of, I don't want to speak on her, so let me leave that alone. There was a video on, whatever, we're going to leave that alone. The bottom line is there's a lot of women who the mentality is, well, he's supposed to do that, and I'm the prize.
Women that don't want to go to a coffee shop for a first date and instead want an expensive dinner. Like what?
What gets you mad, what gets you tight? It could be anything. Women that are entitled but don't smell good, don't have money, don't have job, don't have anything going for them, but want you to do for them. A lot of them are going to say they don't work job because they are a job though. They are unemployed and they smell very bad. You cannot be a job if money is not coming in. And money coming in doesn't mean that somebody is giving you money. Please, Indeed.com, get a job. You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. God bless you.
He came in with some heat.
Ladies, this man right here is broke. He's broke. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna take you back home.
This is how the vast majority of modern women act, which is why men are done with dating and done with women altogether.
I don't trust a man who doesn't have any desire to lock down a good woman. Like, bro, you're telling me you don't want a good woman to build a life with, to be your partner, to want to, like, do all this fun stuff with, to feed your heart, mind, body, and soul? A man who doesn't want to lock down a good woman is a man who will consistently fumble the bag. Take my word for it. And ladies, that is not a man. That is a little boy with man parts, okay? That's just what's happening. So you need to understand that if you are not being locked down, if you are a good woman, if you are a woman who has her shit together, who is smart, who builds her community, who loves herself, that is what makes you a good woman. And if there is a man in your life who is choosing to fumble his bag with you, then that is a boy. That is not.
If only there were many good women, there aren't many left, unfortunately.
I just want to talk about the men not approaching women thing. If you are a man and you are watching this, you have to be not afraid to be rejected. That's part of the game. That's part of being a man. You have to be okay with being rejected. You can't be a beta. You have to go up to women and be fine if she says no. That's it. And it's not a reflection on you. She's just not into you if she says no. But go up to women. If you see a cute girl at the gym, like there's ways you can go up to women that aren't creepy. Like you can be like, hey, do you need a spot? Like say something about their form or just like say hi. Just say hi. It's so easy. If a girl's looking at you at a bar, go up to her. She wants you. If you see a cute girl at a bar, go up to her. You don't even have to buy her a drink. Just say hi. Compliment something about what she's wearing. Compliment like her hair, anything. It's not that hard. It's very easy. So what, you want us to go up to you so the girls have to not be scared to get rejected? That's what it's come to?
Okay, lady, well, if you're going to tell men what they need to do, then don't get upset when they expect you to go in the kitchen or do their laundry. And also, if it's that easy, why don't you go and do it and see how it goes? As women, it's not really our place to tell men what they need to do in the dating scene when they're the ones that have to do most of the work. You know, women will say they want men to lead, but then tell men what to do. I think at this point, women just have to take the L, stay home with their cats, and move on. That's it. Because when women are telling men that they need to man up, what they're telling them is they just need to simp and bend over backwards for them. I mean, this one might just be mad that nobody's approaching her anymore. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
She definitely is a red flag because she uses the word beta. Girl, we are so done with all modern women.
Just something else before the show, you would never agree with us.
Amazing.
Do y'all remember him saying that before the show? I will never agree with y'all. I would never agree with y'all women. That's what he told us before the show.
You know, I think that we as black people are our own worst critics. We put each other down so much, and we just belittle each other so much, and we're the only race of people that does that.
I think that's a cop out. I think that's what we tell ourselves, that we the only group of people that put each other down, is because we the only group that don't want to listen. We're the only group that have the hardest time making advances and changes. We're the hardest group to see reality. You know what I'm saying? I think that is the thing. When somebody else learns something and try to tell, a lot of people in our community take it as bashing. If you try to tell a person, hey, that's not a good look, that ain't good, but because it's something that you're used to and you don't want to make any changes, you consider it bashing and talking down on. It's been proven, even when we come, if you come in a nice demeanor, if you come in a loving manner, it's still received with rejection and hostility and shaming and, name calling and everything else. So we're the ones who are combative. The black community of women is combative. That's the nature of the game, combative. They're combative with each other because that's all they know. That's all they know is toxicity. They don't know how to have cordial communications and understand each other's perspectives and listen and take it into something and understand it. Even if you don't agree, just respect it. Respect is lost within the black community. And it's something that we have to work on. And it's not that somebody's always bashing and, it's not bashing if it's true. It's not bashing if you point out something that is toxic and wrong. And just the fact that you don't want to change it doesn't mean it's not true. So I think we got to stop changing. We got to change that narrative. We got to stop thinking that everything we're bashing each other and putting each other down. No.
Then don't date them. Date happier, no matter the age.
I think about it is either I'm ugly, which is why guys don't talk to me, or I'm like too attractive that they're intimidated, which is why they don't talk to me. And I don't think I'm ugly, so I'm gonna go with option number 2.
Why aren't you guys approaching women anymore? Like, I was at a bar and everyone is in their own groups, not approaching strangers. Like, not one guy, not even just for me, not one guy went up to a girl and just started talking to her. It was so weird. And I'm like, how am I supposed to meet people?
Just society is changing a lot, and even when we see a guy out that we think is cute, a lot of times they won't even walk up to us because they're intimidated.
And I don't know,
and that's weird to me because I don't know. I think that's part of being a female is you want to feel like you're being chased.
I feel like guys do the chasing and girls like I'm the tequila, not the lime. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to I'm not gonna chase. You know what I mean?
I am tired of the men that just don't go for it. They're just so scared. They think that they're gonna get rejected when it's like, bruh, just take a freaking chance. I am tired, sick and tired of this. Just come up to me and ask for my freaking name. Okay, you get rejected. I'm sorry. It happens to me. But just take a chance. Guys, just take a chance. Just get some confidence. Just take a chance.
I am trying to work so hard on my resting face. I don't know how to portray single. Talk to me. I'm single. I've been single for 2 years. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Guys are scared to talk to girls now. Even if they see someone, they might not want to approach you. I'm
gonna say something super controversial, and you do not have to agree with it. But first and foremost, men don't go up to women anymore because you guys call them pervy, weirdo, and all this stuff, and you guys scream at the top of your lungs you hate men. So if men aren't approaching you, I can see why. Another thing, I also believe it's the way that you present yourself and how you carry yourself. A lot of you women in real life are really bitchy. I've seen you guys. You have a stick up your ass, the way that you guys look, the way that you act, and the way that you carry yourselves. I get approached 24/7 to the point where sometimes it's a little bit too much, even at the gym. But I also think it's because I'm always smiling and I'm very bubbly. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the hottest because I'm not. But I'm sorry, I still get approached by dudes when girls say, oh, men don't approach us and they're scared of this and that. Probably scared of you and probably don't want you because I get approached 24/7. I don't struggle with that one bit.
Why should we take a chance? What's in it for us? Except bills and non-stop chaotic dramas every other day. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.